At a historic moment, something unbelievable happened. In a small town where silence reigned, people gathered in awe before a sealed tomb. Everyone believed that death was the inevitable end, but what was thought impossible happened right before their eyes. How can a dead body come back to life? Is it possible for someone to defy the laws of nature? Is there truly someone who has the power to raise the dead? In that moment, before the onlookers could realize what was happening, Jesus Christ uttered words that astonished everyone. "Rise." And in an instant, life returned to a body that had been buried for days. Was this a miraculous act? Or is there a deeper secret behind this incredible act? The miracles of raising the dead performed by Jesus Christ are not just historical events. They are living proof of his divine authority, which is invincible. In these three miracles, Jesus revealed his power over death, demonstrating that Jesus is God incarnate, the one who can snatch life back from the grip of death and return it to bodies that had long since lost it. 1. The raising of Jairus' daughter. Showing his authority over death, Jairus, a leader of the synagogue, was in mourning after his daughter passed away. We approached Jesus for help. Others told him that his daughter had already died. But Jesus, with a calm look, told him, "Do not fear, only believe." When Jesus reached the house of Jairus, he entered the room where the girl lay dead and took her hand, saying, "Little girl, arise." And in that moment, the spirit returned to her, and she stood up from the dead, leaving everyone astonished and confirming that Jesus was not just a teacher, but God incarnate. 2. The raising of the son of the widow of Nain. A moment of divine compassion in the town of Nain. Jesus encountered a funeral procession for the only son of a widow. Upon seeing her weeping, Jesus had compassion on her and said, "Do not weep." Then he approached the coffin and said, "Young man, I say to you, arise." In a stunning moment, the young man rose from the coffin, sat up, and began to speak. This was not just physical healing, but a divine proclamation that Jesus is not only able to heal diseases, but also to raise the dead by his divine power. 3. The raising of Lazarus. A miracle that proves the divinity of Christ, but the greatest miracle came when Jesus raised Lazarus after he had been dead for 4 days. When Jesus arrived at the tomb, he commanded that the stone be rolled away. Then he called in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come forth." Suddenly, Lazarus came out of the tomb, wrapped in burial cloths, leaving everyone in amazement. This miracle was a bold declaration of the divinity of Jesus. For only God has the authority over life and death. What sets Jesus apart from other prophets? We may hear of similar miracles in the Old Testament where prophets like Elijah and Elisha raised the dead. But the key difference here is that Jesus did not need to ask God to raise the dead. He did it by his own authority, because Jesus is God incarnate, the eternal Word, who holds everything in his hands. While prophets prayed to God for miracles, Jesus raised the dead with his direct authority, as the divine being with ultimate power. Is there a scientific explanation for these miracles? From the perspective of modern science, there is no logical explanation for these phenomena. Death, according to medicine, means the cessation of heart and brain function, and any attempt to bring someone back to life after death would be impossible. However, the miracles of Jesus transcend natural science, remaining a testament to his invincible divine authority. What do these miracles mean for us today? If Jesus could raise the dead, he is also capable of raising what is dead in us. If you feel hopeless, Jesus is the life and the resurrection. If you are in darkness, Jesus is the light that guides your way. If you are in sin, Jesus is the Savior who brings you back to spiritual life.